Why do Japanese elections seem to have so many weird and wacky candidates? Is it something uniquely cultural to Japan? Is it some kind of social problem? Is Japanese society as we know it collapsing and this some kind of manifestation of that collapse? No, it's not. And in this video, I'll explain why. Welcome to Japan Matters, a new YouTube channel in which we'll be discussing various matters related to Japan. I'm Jeffrey Hall, a lecturer in Japanese studies at Kanda University of International Studies outside Tokyo. I've been teaching courses on Japanese politics for about 7 years now, and over time I've developed my own opinions on why strange candidates exist in Japan and why the Japanese electoral system has influenced the evolution of these candidates. And so in this video, I'll be giving this explanation. But first, we'll begin with an analogy. So let's imagine the Tokyo race as a car race. Let's say a Formula One race. And in this Formula One car race, we're going to have the most famous racers in the world. Hamilton is going to be there. Verstappen is going to be there. All of the amazing cars that you love as a racing fan are going to be competing. And there's something special about the Tokyo Grand Prix. In this race, there's no limit on the number of drivers who can compete. Instead, there is a simple requirement that you meet a certain age level, that you are a citizen, and that you pay a fee of $19,000. Would you pay $19,000 for the chance to drive your car in an F1 race? It's a lot of money to a lot of people, but some people are willing to pay that amount of money. And in the Tokyo Grand Prix, in this analogy, there are racing fans who are going to do it for the once in a lifetime opportunity of being on the track with these famous racers. Or there's going to be idealists who think that their clunky car that they built themselves in their garage is going to be able to beat a Ferrari or a Red Bull or a McLaren on the track. Or you're going to have people who run because they're political people who think that they have a cause that they want to bring attention to. So just by being there on the track, they're going to get people to pay attention to a social problem or a political problem. Or there's people who don't care at all about the race's outcome or about society and politics in general. These people will take the chance to pay $19,000 and get attention for themselves. And what kind of people would be running to get attention for themselves? Well, there's all kinds of folks who are gonna want attention. There's gonna be millions of people watching the race, and even if you lose, your car is gonna be on that racetrack and people are going to see you. So you have to get attention for whatever purpose you have. Maybe you're a struggling entertainer and you want more people to know who you are. You want to be famous. Maybe you're a musician and you think your music is great, but not enough people are listening to it. So you want people to, listen to your music. You can play it over the loudspeaker as you drive. Or maybe you're a social media influencer and you just want more followers on Instagram or YouTube or Twitter. Or maybe you're an internet conspiracy theorist and you found the internet truth online, and it's the truth that the mainstream media and people with PhDs and people with other qualifications aren't recognizing as the real truth. And so you think that by driving in your race car in this race, you can get the people to wake up to this internet truth that you have discovered yourself. Or maybe you're a racist and you just hate a certain group, or you're a bigot of some other kind, and you're racing just so that you can spread your racism, maybe put some racial slurs on the side of your car, shout hateful things as you drive. Or perhaps you're just a crazy attention getter who just craves the attention of people and has no real purpose. Or maybe, just maybe, you're a grifter and you want to monetize this attention. And so, in this analogy of a Tokyo Grand Prix, The top teams are continually improving their cars each year. They want to be number one, and it takes a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of people, and a lot of money to get the best race cars so that they can win the race. But there's also a separate competition taking place at the bottom of the race. The attention seekers are all competing against each other for the attention of the people watching the race. And they want to distract people from the top race cars and bring attention to themselves. And this is something that is difficult because almost anybody can pay this $19,000 and there's going to be a lot of them. So each year they keep evolving and developing new weird ways of getting attention. Maybe at first it was they drive wearing a wacky costume. Maybe they tell jokes while they're driving their car, or maybe they sing funny songs. Or maybe they drive naked. Or if they're not good looking enough, maybe they pay some beautiful lady to put a naked picture of herself on the car. Or maybe they're just absolutely bonkers and they just want to crash their car into other race cars or impede other race cars just so that they can get attention and get more people to know who they are. Well, in the real world of Japanese politics, this is happening in each major election. So, what would be the real world equivalent of this kind of Tokyo Grand Prix race? Well, one would be the Tokyo gubernatorial race, which is taking place right now as I'm uploading this video. And this is a kind of race in which an entire district of, more than 10 million people is going to be voting. And so running in this election has a chance of getting attention from all of those millions of people. And what makes Japanese elections so special in this regard is that advertisements are illegal. You can't pay for a TV commercial, you can't pay for an internet advertisement, you can't send people knocking door to door. There's various restrictions on how you can promote yourself. You can't really pay campaign staff. So poster boards become a major part of how candidates promote themselves, or at least on the surface, they are a part of how candidates promote themselves during the campaign in a legal manner. And so there will be thousands of posters across Tokyo. There'll be poster boards in front of every major station, and they'll be near parks, they'll be in front of schools. Every neighborhood will have its own election poster board, and every single candidate, whether they're the top candidates who are actually having a chance at winning, or the fringe candidates who are running just for attention, receive equal space on these poster boards. And so millions of people are going to walk by them every day during the election, and millions more people who don't even live in Tokyo are going to come in as they commute and see these posters. And there's also the issue of giving equal airtime on public television to these politicians and candidates. They each are allowed to make a short speech during a time that usually people aren't really watching TV. But thanks to the internet, the videos of their speeches, which are becoming increasingly weird over the years, are becoming something that people share on social media, as are photos of their posters. So they can reach an audience far wider than their election district by doing something strange in a big district like Tokyo. Anyway, that is my short explanation for why these kind of strange candidates appear in Japanese elections, such as the Tokyo gubernatorial election. I believe that if the strict laws and regulations that exist in Japan existed in other countries, we would see similar things happening in their elections as well. And that's not to say that Japanese elections are broken or especially bad. Certainly, other countries, such as the United States, have very serious problems with unlimited spending of money and huge amounts of money that are spent. So there is some kind of balance that countries perhaps need to find to address problems like this, or maybe they don't need to address them. Maybe the weird candidates are fine. Maybe they're just part of freedom of expression and we should tolerate them. It's really up to the voters of Japan and the people who they elect to decide whether or not these election laws change. I'll wrap up my explanation here. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, please do like and subscribe. This is the first video I'm making for this channel. In the future, I hope to go into various other matters, not just politics. I hope to have interviews with interesting guests, maybe leave the confines of my bookshelf and go out into the real world. So please keep your eye on this channel if you're interested, and you can also follow me on other social media. Thanks for watching this video, everyone, and have a great day.